It's just been too long. I don't know what to do anymore. I've got too many of them, too much money invested in this. My mind's going. I can't think straight anymore. When should I play this game? When should I play that game that requires over 100 hours? This little game that's only 10 hours, can I come back to that game? I really like it. There's so much analysis paralysis. I just can't stand it. I have to do something. I must defeat the backlog. Maybe you're like me and you have a backlog of games you need to defeat. You need to beat them. You need to finish them. Well, today's video is for you. This is my top 10 strategies for defeating your backlog once and for all. Hey everybody out there, and welcome to another episode of Nostalgic Nick-Nacks. My name is Ryan, and thanks so much for joining me today. On today's video, I've got a very relevant topic for everybody out there who is a gamer. And this topic is something that comes up over and over and over again. And it's the topic of our backlog. The backlog, the gaming backlog, the thing that never goes away. It's always there. It looms like a tall mountain, like an insurmountable tidal wave that's engulfing you. That may be a bit too much, but it is the truth, and mentally we know that this is something that we struggle with. So the backlog, though it may be huge and it seems like you're never going to get through it, there are ways to accomplish and complete your goals with eliminating your backlog. So in this video today, I am going to provide some encouragement for you, because there is a way out of this, no matter how many games you have to complete, whether they be on PlayStation, on the Switch, the Steam Deck, wherever you play games. I'm here to give you my top 10 strategies for completing, defeating, once and for all, your backlog. I'm reminded of this every time I buy a new game, and Christmas and birthdays, sometimes they're the worst, and I'll tell you why. You're going to probably get games or gift cards or something, and the temptation is to go buy games with that money, and that's a good thing, but it does give you more of a backlog, right? So it's kind of a give and take. There's a positive and negative. In the end, of course, it is positive because you have more games, but they just go on the shelf. So I'm reminded of this because in a span of a couple of weeks, I actually got Romancing Saga 2, Octopath Traveler 0, Dragon Quest. My lovely wife got me Dragon Quest 1 and 2 here. Two fantastic RPGs, but they're not, they're not quick to get through. And I also bought myself Xenoblade Chronicles X with gift card money. I mean, this game alone, what, 300 hours or something like that? I mean, come on, I can't defeat that in one sitting. But I got all these games, and I know they're going to go on the shelf till I can get to them and really devote good time to them. So this is a topic that doesn't just plague you, it plagues me. And today I want to help you with that. I want to give you the opportunity to defeat this backlog. This guide is by no means something that is magically going to get you there and you're going to finish all of those games within the next month. No, it's far from it. And I'm here to tell you that this guide can be tailored to whatever works for you. I just want to provide some insight based on what works for me. The first thing that is going to help you defeat your backlog is simply playing one game at a time. I want you to work on devoting your time with gaming to one specific game. I've done this with a number of games, including my most recently finished game as of this past week or a week ago, Donkey Kong Bonanza. And Donkey Kong Bonanza was an incredible game. But I noticed that as soon as I focused on playing that game exclusively, I was able to finish it. And boy, that ending was so good. And everything about the game I really appreciated more because I devoted more time to it. First, I invested my money into buying this, and then I devoted my time to it. Now, I didn't finish this game in 1 month. I didn't finish it in 2. It took me about 3.5 good months of playing it consistently to finish. Now, when you play one game at a time, it really does improve your focus. You can sit down and know what your goal is, what your objectives are, what you need to do in that particular game. And this really comes into focus with games that have heavy techniques with controllers. They're not just one button games, but games that you have to really learn, much like Donkey Kong Bonanza or Super Mario Odyssey, or even a JRPG game like Octopath Traveler 1 or 2, or even the new Octopath Traveler O. These games require you to know the story pretty well as you're advancing through it. And of course, there are mechanics that will tell you the story again in most of these modern games, but when you play it consistently, you are getting so much more out of it. Another game I played exclusively for a while was Octopath Traveler 2. I put in over 100 hours into this game, and a lot of it was over about 3 months. I played this game for probably 1.5 years or so. I took some breaks in there. But I really got into it, and especially with a story-driven game, you get into it. You really invest your time in the characters. It's much like reading a book, and you just can't put it down. So play it exclusively. You will thank me. And the last thing this does for you is it completely eliminates analysis paralysis. So with the Switch, for example, I play exclusively on the Switch too, and I can just pick up my Switch. The game's already loaded. I don't have to think about what I'm going to play and waste time trying to figure out what that is. The second strategy that you should use when you're trying to defeat your backlog is creating a schedule. When you create a schedule, you know when you're going to play a game, how long you're going to play it, and it just makes life a whole lot easier. Sometimes in life, of course, especially if you're an adult, you're not sure exactly when you're going to have that time to play. But if you sit down and try to schedule out some of that time that you know you're going to be free, of course everybody's different, but if you sit down and schedule it, you are committing yourself to that time. You're holding yourself accountable, and you could even tell somebody else about it and say, you know what, this is the time I want to invest in this game. And maybe they'll hold you accountable too. With creating a schedule, I don't want you to put any pressure on yourself, because people can do that and they can really schedule it out down to the minute detail. But when I say create a schedule, I mean to have a loose schedule. So create something, write something down, or even just simply put it in your mind, or maybe put it on a sticky note on the wall. And just doing that minor act can really help you to remember, oh, I'm going to play that game because I want to, not just because I put it on my calendar, but because I want to. Actually, this could create some real excitement for your next gaming session, because you see it on there, you know it's coming. Just like we know in certain jobs, hey, Friday's coming, it's Friday, happy Friday, all those things. Well, you can have a happy gaming session any time of the week. Just schedule it out, and that will help you so very much. Number 3, along with scheduling, I want you to be specific here and schedule a shorter gaming session that is more consistent. So don't go and schedule a all-nighter. You don't need to do that, and I'll talk about that in a little bit, how sleep is very important. You know what? It's something that can really help you is if you are gaming for a shorter amount of time, but getting something done. Now, this can vary depending on what type of game you're playing. If you're playing an RPG, of course, that might be just some dialogue or sitting there watching characters talk, like Triangle Strategy or Octopath Traveler. But you are investing a time frame into that game. It could be 30 minutes, it could be 20 minutes, it could be an hour. But you're doing that consistently in those shorter time frames and not just going for a 3-hour marathon. Now, I'm not saying you couldn't incorporate that at some point, but I find that consistent gaming sessions really do help me to accomplish goals in games, much like Donkey Kong Bonanza, where I can get a lot done in 30 minutes. Also, in your head, this can really help you to manage things. So creating that shorter gameplay session really does categorize it up here, and that can give you a whole lot more clarity when you're thinking about these things. In the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, we really did schedule our weeks and our weeknights around what type of show was fun and what we really enjoyed, because we didn't have Netflix. Netflix was just kind of starting in the mid-2000s, but we had to make our schedule around the TV Guide, especially if you were waiting for that next episode of Survivor or The Biggest Loser, or maybe you were anticipating the next episode of Lost that was going to make you feel even a little more lost than when you started watching it. So you can make your gameplay session like Lost. Look forward to that time every week. So number 4, avoid multiplayer games or games that seemingly never end. These are games that don't end. They have no ending point. They are just games that keep on going. I'm talking about games like Animal Crossing, even Fantasy Life, which I just got into recently, but Stardew Valley just keeps going. And maybe there's an endpoint at some time, but they just keep going. Also, multiplayer games like Fortnite or some of those other games, I don't even know everyone out there, some of the sports games. These games are fun, but they really do eat up a lot of your time. And if you're an adult and you got family, you got kids, you got pets, you got parents you're taking care of, all of these things are so important to take into consideration with your time. Time is a commodity that we don't get back, and it's precious, it's valuable, and use it wisely. So my advice here, avoid those games. If that's a sticking point for you and you love those games and you love multiplayer gaming sessions, go ahead and schedule out a time to do that, but don't make it an everyday thing, because you're never going to get to those games back there that you invested your money into. Number 5, play games portably. I have a Switch too. I love it. I'll probably put together a video sometime soon about my time with it. But whatever you have, be it a PlayStation Portable, be it a DS or a Steam Deck, or maybe one of those other emulator devices that I probably will never play. Portable gaming is so much better than it used to be with the Game Boy back in the day. Playing on a Game Boy, you really didn't have games that were console quality. But now, with the Switch and many other devices, you're playing games that are the same quality. They are the same thing as that TV living room experience. So play them portably. It may not be the biggest screen, but if you have a really nice pair of headphones and you have that experience of the sound reducing or the sound canceling quality headphones, you're really getting a great gameplay experience there. You're on a flight, you're a frequent plane flyer, or you ride the bus, or whatever the case is, you are going to cut down on that backlog as you're mobile. Okay, everybody, so I'm about halfway done with my 10 strategies. I want to jump in here real quick and remind you that I'm a growing YouTuber, and I've almost got 2,000 subscribers at this point. So if you really enjoy the content I'm doing, please make sure to leave a like and go back and watch some of my other videos. I've got gaming accessory videos, perler beading videos, pixel art videos, reviews, nostalgic memories. So please go back, check out my catalog of videos, almost 250 videos at this point. Thank you so much for your support. Let's get on with the list. Okay, number 6 of my top 10 strategies for defeating your backlog. So something that can really help you out, and it really doesn't have to do with gaming, but I figured I'd include it because it's a big part of my life, and that's having a healthy lifestyle. So I actually devoted a whole video to this topic, so if you want to check it out, it's up here. And in that video I talk about healthy eating, I talk about exercise, and I talk about taking breaks, going outside and enjoying the fresh air and away from gaming. I also mentioned how important it is to get good sleep. So one of my earlier strategies was to make sure that you were not having long gaming sessions, especially at night. That can really mess with you. And as an adult who has a full-time job, I don't game at night very much because I'll just simply fall asleep. So I think that having a lifestyle where you are getting really good sleep is going to help you with your vitality and your alertness when you are gaming, and give you that stamina and energy that you're going to need to defeat that boss, to get through that level, to finish that dungeon, because that's what you need to be successful. Also, what you put into your body and how you use your body and just move your body really just change your whole outlook on life, and I highly recommend you check out that video. But go out, get some fresh air, eat something that's good for you, and your body and mind will thank you. So kind of going along with that, number 7, simply take breaks. So you might be thinking that's kind of counterintuitive to defeating your backlog, but think about it with me for a second. So if you finished a game, then that's awesome. Celebrate that victory, that you finished a game and you are going to put it back on the shelf and have great memories of completing it. Well, after doing that, you can simply take some time off from gaming. Have a tiny media fast. There's nothing wrong with that. Clear your mind, do something else, read a book, engage your mind in some other kind of activity. Maybe do some drawing, coloring, painting, sculpting, whatever it is that's going to engage your mind in a different way. Maybe some writing. Of course, we can put our thoughts down on paper, maybe start a journal. All of these are great things to give yourself a mental break from gaming, and then once you've had that break, jump back into it and play the next great game, that next Final Fantasy, whatever it is, and you are going to enjoy it so much more than jumping right into the next title. So try that out, and I guarantee you taking some time off will improve what you do next with gaming. This next one, number 8, is really hard for a lot of people. I'm just going to say it because it may be controversial, but you know, it's the truth. It is God's truth. Please don't go out and buy new games. You are simply adding to your backlog. Go out and buy a new game because it's the hottest thing out there. It's the new trend, and you have FOMO. You have fear of missing out on that new title that everybody's talking about. It's such a social thing for us to want to engage with others, of course. But if you keep doing that over and over and over again, you're never going to finish games, even if you have unlimited time to play them. So please, if you want to finish your backlog, don't go out and buy more and more games, because you're just never going to do it. They're just going to sit on the shelf with all the other ones. Number 9 in this list, set a goal for yourself. So this isn't something that's meant to stress people out, but it could help to put on a calendar, put in a notebook, or even just in your head. Set a goal that you are going to finish one game per month. There are 12 months in the year, and you have the opportunity to finish 12 games. That's a lot of time to play one game. And sometimes it's taken me several months to finish a game because I just didn't play it consistently. And if I had sat down and played that game for 1 month and had that goal in mind, I probably would have finished it sooner. So set a goal for yourself. Hey, it could be 1 month, it could be 2 months. You could play a game for 2 months and have that be your goal to finish in 2 months. Consider that, and you will probably whittle away at that backlog little by little. I mean, that's 12 games that you can finish in that time. And this time next year, your backlog will be a little bit thinner. Hey, before we get to the 10th strategy, here's a bonus strategy that you can have free of charge. Consider playing games that have a shorter playtime. So growing up, I would have games that were very short to finish because games just weren't that long back then. Every Mega Man game wouldn't take very long to finish. Of course, it was difficult and it would take you many, many tries to finish. But even Final Fantasy wouldn't take that long, or the original Dragon Quest, or the subsequent games after that. Seek out those games that are less than 10 hours long, 5 hours long even, and you can have some really fantastic gaming experiences because you know that they're going to be finished in a short amount of time. I guarantee you when you get to that longer game, you're going to be thankful that you tried some shorter games and finished them beforehand. Here is the last strategy, and the last strategy is something that we all should be taking into account every time we pick up a gaming console, and that's the fact that I want you to really think about playing games that you enjoy. It's as simple as that, everybody. Play games that you enjoy. I really enjoyed Donkey Kong Bonanza. If I didn't enjoy it, guess what? I'd put it down. That's a hard thing for a lot of people to do, but you gotta figure out, is that game worth your time? Are you going to really enjoy playing through it? Do you have a big smile on your face when you're playing through that game? Is it engaging for you? Are you enjoying the time spent playing it? I really loved the stories of Octopath Traveler 2 and Octopath Traveler and Triangle Strategy, but they're not for everybody. So play those demos and figure out, is this something that you want to invest your time into? The goal of this is just have fun. Make it a positive experience. The whole point of video gaming is to have fun. Don't take it so seriously. If you lose a boss fight, put it down for a while and come back to it. Don't get frustrated with gaming. Have fun. It's kind of weird to say something like that, but so many people take it too seriously. This is video gaming we're talking about. It isn't trying to finish the next novel or even trying to develop a solution to peace or something. I mean, this is gaming and we need to have fun with it. Act like a kid again and have fun. So those are my top 10 strategies for defeating your backlog once and for all. And like I said in the beginning, you're not going to finish all of this at one time with each game. Take from the strategies that I've given you and apply the things that you think will work for you. What works for me is not exactly going to work for you, and maybe everything will work for you, but you have to try. You have to put in these things, put them into your life, incorporate them in some way, and they may help you improve. When it's all said and done, you're probably not going to finish everything that you set out to finish. You're probably not going to play every game on the shelf. But you are working towards getting them finished. And that's going to take time. So give yourself some grace and try to finish what you can. Let me know down below, what did you really enjoy about my strategies today? What's one that you've tried that works for you? Please let other people know what that is, and maybe it will help them on their gaming journey. I don't have all the answers at all, so I want everybody down below to give your strategies for gaming. How are you completing all these games? And maybe it will help somebody else out. Thank you all so much for watching the video today. Please leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you really enjoyed this video and got something great out of it. I appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much for watching. I pray that you have a fantastic day. And until next time, whatever your backlog is, whether it's 100 games or 10 games, take some time to narrow it down, have fun with it, and have some happy gaming.